Women are love.
Oh, yeah.
They just ain't operating in it because they've been brought down to a level of codependency.
She's not wrong. If women are love and God is love, then women are God.
Right? See, to operate in love, you got to operate in no need. Now, let me go back a step, because you asked me about the queen maker. The queen maker is me developing women and moving them from being pawns on the chessboard, because this whole life is a game. Women just ain't figured out it's a game. Men know it's a game. A lot of women don't know it's a game. So I'm taking women from being a pawn to being a queen. The most powerful piece on the chessboard is the queen, because it's the most free piece on the chessboard. It can move in any direction uninhibited. Freedom is equivalent to power.
This video is about tapping into your power. It's about tapping into your goddess energy. As women, we are endowed with power. And a lot of women are moving through life unaware of the power they were endowed with. And I really think that that's all she's trying to say in this video. I think that ultimately her mission is to help women come to know who they really are. And that is the same purpose of this video, to help you tap into your goddess energy. Let's get into it.
Ooh, baby, when you dance like that, you tune into your goddess energy. You see, there's feminine energy and then there's divine feminine energy. Divine feminine energy combines all of the traits of masculine energy and feminine energy. When you combine the masculine energies of focus, clarity, willpower, and leadership with the feminine energies of wisdom, intuition, sensuality, and creativity, you get goddess energy, which is fierce and powerful. Goddess energy is all about alignment. It combines all of the energetic center's qualities in order to create a divine power within your system.
It's interesting that she mentioned the balance between divine feminine and divine masculine polarities. And I think that this is what has actually been trending for a little while now in pop culture and on social media, but that I think we've got the wrong idea about. And that would be that so much focus and attention is on tapping into the divine feminine, and we're completely forgetting about the divine masculine within us. So many women are walking around with wounded masculine energy. So only tapping into the divine feminine energy and not placing any attention on the divine masculine energy puts us in a place of imbalance and codependence on seeking that masculine energy outside of us. So I think that's a lot of what Princella was talking about when she mentioned operating in a place of no need. And what I believe she means by that is operating from a place of wholeness and completeness, and moving from that level of being throughout our life. So much of this video is going to touch on balancing the divine masculine and the divine feminine within you, because that is how you tap your goddess energy. That is how you tap your God power.
Goddess energy is all about alignment. It combines all of the energetic center's qualities in order to create a divine power within your system. So when you start the motor in your hips and legs and move that energy up through the channel of your spiritual and your intuitive energy, they combine to create a massive portal which other people can feel. If you were watching the audience during Shakira's performance, you could see that portal of energy moving through and to them. Even if you can't move your hips like Shakira, the first thing that I want you to tune into about yourself is whether or not you tighten at your belly most of the time. Are you sucking in your stomach? That is creating a wall, a muscular or emotional armor around your creative center, which can often block you from tuning in to the sensuality and creativity that you need to drive with in order to tap into your goddess energy. So relax your belly. Breathe into your pelvic floor. Practice releasing and letting go of that area and seeing what type of flow you can create. So the first thing I want you to do is soften your belly. Breathe into your belly for just a couple of moments. Feel what it's like to let everything in that area soften and relax. Feminine. And then as you start to move from the root up to the sacral. Start to swirl the hips around, but keep the channel on top open. Have your crown firmly placed. Keep breathing, particularly through the nose, so that you can be in control of the channel of air that moves through you, and then gently release that air as you continue to move the body. So before you lay your head down on your pillow tonight, I want you to ask yourself, did you move your hips today? Did you find some flow? Because if it's true in the physical world, it's also true in the metaphysical world.
Before watching this video, I did not realize how much I tightened my own abdomen. I've just always sucked my abdomen in for like as long as I can remember. That for sure was blocking the flow of energy for myself. And it's honestly so subtle. It's like the things that we do all the time that are just like second nature. We don't even realize that we tense in those areas. For example, I also hold tension in my shoulders. It's not until like I become consciously aware that I'm able to relax that area. And so I think that that's a super powerful tip for a lot of women, is going to be to relax your abdomen. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you feel guided to, go ahead and subscribe if you like the vibe and would like to join the tribe.
Goddesses are feminine energy, or women who have tapped into their higher self. They have done their shadow work, their healing work. Some of them have broken the generational curses of having doormats or enabler women in their family. And they can be the first goddess in their family to set a new tone. A lot of goddesses have spiritual gifts. They have a magnetic energy that makes you feel like you have to respect her. You have to give her gifts. You have to fall at her feet. When a goddess walks in a room, you're gonna know. She's usually that woman that people are like, I don't know. There's something about her that I don't like, and they don't even know her. The goddess can also manifest people treating her well, people giving her things. She can manifest her hopes, her dreams, anything that she wants, materialize things. Things come very fast to goddesses as well. There are even strangers who do not know the goddess at all that feel they have to treat the goddess a certain way. It's almost like the universe will send people to treat the goddess as the goddess that she is. Most goddesses will never let you mistreat her. She's not going to allow you to abuse her, talk to her any kind of way. Usually people latch on to the goddess. They want her energy. So she has to be very careful who she dates and who she befriends. Most people try to manifest off of the goddess's energy. Everything that the goddess touches grows. She's dating somebody, she's married to somebody, they automatically grow through her energy. People mimic her, people copy her, people want to be close to her to take notes of how is she able to manifest these things? How is she able to be treated this way? They don't understand the energy. Doormats, enabler women, they don't have this manifesting energy. They're very basic and there's no comparison to the goddess. Where the goddess flourishes, the goddess also has an equal balance of masculine and feminine energy. She also is tapped into her light side and her shadow side. This is a balanced woman. There are masculine and there are feminine goddesses. There's all different types of goddesses. A lot of people don't like goddesses. She's not always desired, or liked, because people who are manipulators or controllers and narcissists will tend to drain the goddess of her energy. You can find a lot of goddesses alone. Many of them will have multiple lovers. They're not always married.
It's interesting that in the beginning, she mentioned healing, doing the inner work, doing the shadow work, not being a doormat anymore, healing your ancestral trauma. It goes back to what I was saying about healing the wounded masculine, healing really anything, any type of trauma, any dis-ease within the energetic fabric and the body. She also mentioned balancing the masculine and feminine energies. Again, this is a common theme when we're talking about tapping our God power or goddess energy. But it's ultimately the same thing. It's coming into alignment with your highest self, your God self. I hope y'all can start to see the trend.
Goddess energy. Let's talk about it. You are responsible for cultivating your goddess energy every single day. I don't have time. You don't need a lot of time. You don't need a lot of time. 5 minutes in the morning, play your favorite song, one that makes you feel like a queen, one that makes you feel sensual. Place your hands on your body and get connected. 5 more minutes, write a gratitude list. Get your mind in the right place right out the gate so you're not looking at what you don't have, but you're concentrating and focused on what you know you already possess. What are you wearing on your body? That's right. Pay attention to the fabric and how it feels on your skin. How do the clothes make you feel energetically, right? What are you doing when you're in the shower? Bless that body, damn it. Bless every single part of your body. That's just 5 more minutes. All of that, 15 minutes in total to take care of yourself, to put yourself in the right mindset, to remind yourself of the goddess that you are every day. That's what I'm talking about.
I feel like she nailed it. What are we doing every day to show up for ourselves? Ultimately, this is how we're caring for our energy. This is how we're loving ourselves. And we tend to make so many excuses as to why we can't show up different. There's not enough time in the day. You make time. Just like she said, you make time for the things that you value, for the things that are important to you. So if you're not making time to care for yourself, then ask yourself if you really value yourself. I love too how she talked about putting clothing on your body that makes you feel good. The vibes she was giving off were definitely goddess energy, and she was fully clothed. It's not about necessarily what makes you feel sexy and sensual in the eyes of what we've been conditioned to believe is sexy. So essentially showing off your body. Now, if that truly makes you feel good, I think you should do whatever that is, but also becoming aware of societal programming that has essentially told us what looks good and what feels good based on external validation, how many likes we get, how many heads we turn. Really, the only head turning that we should be concerned about is our own. Do we turn ourselves on? Do we feel good within our own skin? Let's keep going.
Here are 3 ways you can easily activate your inner goddess energy today. So the first thing, I want you to only practice positive self-talk. Now, I don't mean toxic positivity. You are allowed to feel negative emotions. You're allowed to be frustrated, to be angry, but you are not allowed to take that out on yourself or to spin into the cycle of, oh, this always happens to me. I'm just a loser. Everyone hates me. No. We're doing only positive self-talk today, okay? If you catch yourself in that negative thought loop, that's okay. Just kindly tell yourself, hey, not today, it's our inner goddess day, and reflect that into, I am worthy, I am safe, everyone loves me, and I'm doing great. Number 2, do something for you only. Give yourself an offering, a treat of any sort, I don't care. Just make sure it's just for you and not for anybody else. And 3, use glamour magic and color psychology to invoke the goddess energy that you want to feel today. I hope you have a great day!
She was cute. I really liked her energy. But I think she's got a great point. We're our worst critic. This little voice going on inside of our head that's like constant chatter, that's always telling us we're not good enough. We need to keep reaching. We need to keep striving. This is essentially our ego, and it's never satisfied. There's literally never enough that you can do to satiate it. So you have to consciously practice positive self-talk. That means being mindful, being consciously aware of your thoughts, your behaviors, and your feelings. And this is all not only honoring yourself, but it's honoring everyone else. You caring for yourself and loving yourself and healing is all for the greater good. And so why do we avoid this so much? And ultimately, I think that it comes back to we have universal wounds that we are not worthy and we are not enough. And this is ancestral trauma, generational trauma. Like, this has been going on for a really long time. And it's really up to us to heal those wounds and to nurture ourselves. Because if we're not going to nurture ourselves, who's going to nurture us for us? If we're busy minding everybody else's business, who's here minding ours, right? This is all about tapping your goddess energy, tapping into your highest self, your highest potential. And it starts with treating yourself better, talking to yourself better. I like too how she mentioned doing one thing that's just for you, that's nice for yourself. How many times, especially moms or spouses, how many times are you the last priority on the list? Where do you place your importance? You can't pour from an empty cup. You have to fill your own cup up, because that is how you're able to show up in your highest light for everyone else, your kids, your spouse, your church, any environment that you walk into. This is about showing up for yourself, which reverberates into showing up for everybody else. Stop neglecting yourself.
This video is to my goddesses, so if you're not a goddess, this will probably not make any sense to you. I'm here to talk to you guys about sexual energy, how you are affected from having sex with the wrong person and how they are affected from having sex with you. Now, if you're a goddess, if you view yourself as a goddess, you are already so powerful. Your energy is powerful. Your body is powerful. Everything about you is powerful. Now, if you're having sex with a guy who has a bum-ass mentality, by bum mentality, I mean, he doesn't care about himself. He doesn't work on his mind. He doesn't work on shadow work. He doesn't take care of his body. If you're with somebody like that and you have sex with them, because there's an energy transfer, you're getting all of his energy. So the negative aspects of him, you're receiving that. So because he doesn't take care of himself, you're receiving that not taking care of yourself energy. You may become sick because his body was sick, filled with drugs and junk food and all this other crap. Now all that negative energy, that fast food energy, that depressing ass energy is going into you. Now for you, you're giving them your goddess energy. You're giving them positivity. You're giving them knowledge just from having sex with them, because you're on a whole nother level. Now if you give that to him, you're raising him up while you're going downhill. He's taking your energy and he's getting better from it, but now you're stuck like, what the fuck? What just happened? You lost all your energy to the wrong person. When you're with the right person, the energy transfer, both of you will gain something from each other. Neither of you will lose anything.
She has such an amazing point about sexual energy transference. And if you haven't already, go ahead and check out my video on semen retention and celibacy. I promise you, you will gain so much knowledge just from that video alone. But essentially what she's saying is true. When we have sex with someone, not only are we transferring to them our energy, so our trauma, our emotional state, but we're taking on and receiving from them that same thing. And so it's so important to be conscientious of who it is you're letting into not only your space, but your body. But ultimately, our partners are just a reflection of us, and they're showing us where we're living. And so if your partner isn't nurturing themselves, isn't focused on themselves, isn't working to uplift and heal themselves, then it would behoove you to ask yourself, am I focused on those things? Are those things a priority for me? Because our partners are our reflection.
Only understood the power of her silence. Oh, would she speak so much less than she does? Think about all of the communicating and explaining, and when you did this, that made me feel some kind of way, we do, to get people where we believe they need to be. Whereas if you just sit in the spiritual authority and the knowing of your silence, what that is the dark, unknown space of the feminine. But we are terrified of our own power and authority. And so we do it the wounded masculine way. Like, how's that working, right? How often have we dragged someone into submission with being where we believed they need to be? And it makes us miserable, and it makes us hate ourselves. Real talk. It feels, I heard you guys talking about ick. It feels icky. I remember like saying things like, I am not like this with anybody else in the world, the way that I was in my relationship. It makes me feel so gross. I don't want to be this person. I don't want to talk to you this way. But I believed I had to, because what would happen if I stopped? I would just have to trust that life will work it out, right? But I couldn't do that because I didn't trust in life.
She touched on a lot of great points too. And I promise y'all, I did not look for videos that supported my point. Ultimately, this group of women have come to the same conclusions. She talked about the wounded masculine, but ultimately she mentioned spiritual authority. And that, I think, is what we've been talking about this entire video. Your goddess energy, your God power is your spiritual authority. It's standing in the knowing of who you are.
A woman knew that her greatest power was silence. That's her greatest power, because then she can hear. But we run our mouth all the time, talking about everything. Stillness. If a woman really understands and knows who she is, she can walk in a room and take control of every man in the room.
I like how she said there's a power in silence because we can hear. Not only can we hear the noise coming from outside, but we can hear our inner guidance, our intuition, these abilities that were God given to us. But we're unable to hear that when we are the noise. So I hope that y'all got something from this video. Drop a comment below and let me know what your experience has been like. Do you feel like you're tapped into your goddess energy? Do you have a different perspective that we didn't cover in this video? If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with any woman who you feel like needs a confidence boost or some guidance. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.